We just came here to support the three families, Nhlapo family, Malatjie and Zulu family, to say to them, it's their loss, it's our loss, all of us, it's our pain, all of us. It pains us to really come here to those families and speak about the death of children in the manner in which they've passed on our roads, and really to say to them, we want to visit families in good times and happiness. When children graduate, they do well in sports, they do well in other activities, where they become better in their lives. But we came with this sad news of the tragic passing of our kids through the accident. And to say that we are here to support, we are here to share their pain, we are here to share their grief. Because these are our children. Every time there's an accident, a passing of a child, it's not just a loss to the family, it's a loss to us as well, as the education community in our province, if not our country, because these children are our investment. We invest them through education, development, so that they can become better for us in the future of our country and province. So really this is what we have come to do, and really to say, we know that there are circumstances that concern them, they've raised with us, that they also need some answers, and we have said we will go and try to assist where we can. I had spoken to the leadership of the province, in particular our Premier, to say, look, can we speedily really resolve this matter of finding closure to for these families, to really find out how, because the question has been asked, how the accident occurred, is anybody culpable, responsible, etc. So we said we'll go and really push so that they are able to get some form of closure in terms of answers as to what happened. Because that's what they are raising across, that they are worried. They know this has happened, but nobody has ever really came forth rather to say this is what happened to your children, and these are the responsible parties, or this is the person will be held liable or not. So we have made commitment that we'll assist them into really finding closure in that respect.
Okay. Offenses Timo, SABC News. Under which circumstances does the Provincial Education Department provide scholar transport to learners? I know previously it was an issue of if there's a school within the 10-kilometer radius, you don't provide that scholar transport.
It's actually 5. We look at 5 kilometers, but nevertheless, we look at the number of learners that move, that stay in an area, and if there's no school to accommodate them, that's when we begin to provide transport to carry the number of learners to the nearby schools. That's how we determine. But if there are schools nearby, we generally obviously look at the numbers, and we also negotiate with the community that in some instances, that's why in this case it was a private scholar transport. So then obviously then the parents will then be liable for that aspect. So that's what we look at, but generally it's about 5 kilometers, and also looking at the number of schools. If there are schools in a nearby area enough to absorb the immediate learners, we don't provide transport in such an area. We provide where there's new communities, for instance, then we then come forward to, because there's no school, we take them learners to the nearby schools. That's what we do.
Okay.
Does the department inspect scholar transport, even if it's not provided by the department? But is there some sort of partnership to ensure that learner safety is ensured?
Just to add on to that, also, don't you believe that if maybe it was the department that was handling scholar transport, that such incidents would actually be at a minimal?
I would want to believe that obviously a partnership between community, parents, and obviously the private service providers, it's important. I don't want to say that it's only us that really provide the safest mode, but I want those private scholar transport operators to also understand that they're carrying a precious cargo at all times. And more importantly, in this particular conversation, I usually call on my sister departments, the Department of Transport, the Department of Community Safety, the law enforcement subs, including the municipal, in this case, the EMPDs, to really work with us to ensure that those transport that is carrying, especially private scholar transport, and even public scholar transport, if there are buses that are not roadworthy, they see carrying children, close it and arrest the driver. We'll deal with the provider, service provider. If we need to suspend and terminate their contract, we do that immediately, because it means they've already adhered on the contract that we have signed with them. But also, if it's private, better have our children not arrive at school on time, but alive, than put them in that car and allow them to go in an unroadworthy car, not a safe vehicle. I've been consistent with that message, and I've said it to my counterparts. Stop it, remove that car off the road, because you are saving the life of those children. Their lives are more important than really the time getting to school early, but in an unroadworthy, unsafe vehicle.
Okay, your message to the grieving families?
As I've said earlier, it's not their loss alone, it's a loss to us as a department. That's why we're here to really humble ourselves and to apologize, that what had happened should not have happened. And to commit that we'll assist in the process towards assist them to get closure with regard to what had happened, and they will be here. The schooling community was here, the school leadership of the children were here, the district leadership has been here. We've also sent our psychosocial to come in and support the family as well as the learners, including the families of learners that are still in hospital. And more importantly, more than anything, we've really brought our prayers to the family to say we are with them at all times in our prayers, so that they really find comfort and peace and closure in this rather difficult time.
I've got a question.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a question. There are allegations that the scholar transport was a bit overloaded. Can you maybe confirm that?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to assist the family with getting information on. For now, I will not speak something that I don't have factually, but we are investigating and we will find answers, definitely. As we get answers, we'll then be able to report that information. We'll share it with the family first, and then we'll notify. I'm sure we'll communicate as such.
You mentioned that if a scholar transport is not